This is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 21st day of November in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. Guyana's agent for the current border case before the International Court and former Foreign Minister Carl Greenidge has called out Venezuela for using sections of the Geneva Agreement to suit its own narrative, while still laying claim to Guyana's territory. Declaring Venezuela's continued posture as problematic for both Guyana and the Caribbean region, Mr. Greenidge told a symposium organized by the Cipriani College of Labor and Cooperative Studies in Trinidad and Tobago that Venezuela is fully aware of the illegality of its actions. He made specific reference to the upcoming referendum by Venezuela on Guyana's Essequibo region.
And of course, Guyana would have been completely bonkers to sign an agreement talking about or setting out the mechanism whereby 3/4 of its territory is to be absorbed by Venezuela, and that it agreed to such a mechanism. It never did.
Mr. Greenidge said Venezuela seems to be embracing its own truth. He said Guyana is confident that the International Court of Justice will rule on the matter in its favor when the substantive case is determined.
The court has not been approached for the transfer of territory from any place to any place. It has been asked. The 1899 agreement signed by the two parties, does that agreement still stand? Is it valid? Because if it is not valid, then Venezuela has an opportunity to question its validity and for the things that follow.
And also speaking at the event, retired Chief of Staff of the Guyana Defense Force, Dr. Gary Best, said Venezuela's aggression is partly because it knows it cannot legally get the Essequibo region from Guyana.
The Republic of Guyana consistently declared in successive constitutions only that territory it received at independence from the United Kingdom. Guyana conducted no type of hegemonic acts against the territory, against the people and territory of the Bolivarian Republic of Guyana.
The former Chief of Staff pointed out that Venezuela continues to be the aggressor. Dr. Best said Venezuela's continued rejection of the 1899 arbitral award as a full and final settlement for the border dispute goes against the spirit of its own constitution at Article 10, which accepted the award. More news coming up in just a moment.
Oh my lord, I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
It's your time to win big. The Massey Store's Christmas jackpot promotion is back and bigger than before. Spend $5,000 at any Massey Stores to be the lucky winner of a brand new MGZS and fantastic weekly store prizes from now until January 31st, 2024. What are you waiting for? Head to your nearest Massey Stores to shop now. See our Facebook and Instagram pages for more details. Massey Stores, our family serving your family.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah. thirst buster. Grab a buster, bust the flavor, taste the savor. Buster, bust the flavor, flavors. Buster, bust the flavor, flavors.
It's back again! The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Make My Wish Come Through Christmas promotion is here. What are you wishing for this Christmas? It's another exciting Christmas promotion designed with you, our members, in mind. This Christmas, you can win big. Household appliances ranging from a fridge, washing machine, gas cooker, dining table, television sets, and much, much more. Here's how you can be a part of our Christmas promotion. You must be a member of the credit union in good standing. You must have an existing loan or must have taken your first loan with the credit union. You must fill out a coupon with your information clearly marked. Coupons for this promotion can be uplifted from our head office at Lot 45 Hatfield Street, Georgetown, or from any one of our regional representatives countrywide. Promotion runs from October 30th to December 15, 2023. What are you wishing for this Christmas? GPSCCU, people helping people.
While the Public Accounts Committee of the National Assembly continues to find it challenging to get some former public officers to appear before the committee to account for their spending of government funds under their watch when they were in office. The committee has announced that it is now in the process of drafting legislation that it hopes will be presented to the National Assembly to empower the Public Accounts Committee to summon delinquent officers who need to appear before the committee. The former regional executive officer of Region 5, Ovid Morrison, continues to be a hot topic at the PAC meetings for not showing up at the PAC. But the committee has acknowledged that he is not the only one who has not been showing up. But even as the PAC explore ways to have former officers turn up for their meetings, opposition member on the PAC, Jarita Finance, reminded that the Public Accounts Committee does not have the power to summon anyone to appear before it.
So as it is right now, we cannot operate as though the PAC has any power to summon, because we do not. So we need to expedite that motion being passed in the National Assembly so we can go down these course. As it is right now, we have to work with a system that we are faced with. And I want to remind the PAC that this is not the first, second, or third time we don't have a person showing up.
She said the committee's work must not be hampered because an accounting officer has failed to show up. However, government member and the PAC Minister of Works, Juan Edgil, shared a different view. For him, all options available to the PAC must be explored to get persons to answer for their spending while they occupied public offices.
So you don't be an accounting officer, spend government's money, then you disappear before the examination of the estimates or the examination of the Auditor General account, and you just can't be available because you're out of the country or you're not available, you have another job. At the time of your appointment, you are fully aware that you have to account for your stewardship for that period.
Meanwhile, opposition member of the committee, David Patterson, noted that the Public Accounts Committee does not meet as often as it should, and therefore when the PAC meets, those meetings would not coincide with the schedule of the same persons who should be appearing. Opposition Committee member Ganesh Mahipal said the PAC's work should not be stymied by the absence of accounting officers. He also made reference to the legislation which will give the PAC additional powers to ensure that every accounting officer has their day to be scrutinized. The General Council meeting of the People's National Congress Reform ended on Sunday with no clear indication of a timeline or date for the party's biennial Delegates Congress. This December will mark 2 years since the last Delegates Congress and elections took place. In September, the leader of the PNC, Aubrey Norton, assured that the General Council would decide on the date for the biennial Delegates Congress. However, during the Council's two-day meeting at Congress Place, Sophia over the weekend, Mr. Norton proposed that Congress takes place no later than August of next year. An executive member of the Central Executive Committee told news source that no decision was made, and another CEC member said she left the meeting baffled, explaining that while the leader suggested that the Congress be held no later than August of next year, there was no motion to that effect. She said it was not ratified by the General Council, and it appears as though it has been kicked back to the Central Executive Committee. It was explained that in offering his proposal, Mr. Norton was responding to a series of questions posed by the Rhyndell Transformation Group. While inquiring from the leadership when Congress will take place, the group pointed out that the party's constitution mandates that the biennial delegates Congress be held every 2 years. Weighing in on the issue, a third executive member today told news source that while the party leader responded to the questions raised by the group, no specific date was put forward or approved. The member said the issue is now left hanging. According to the member, the situation is unacceptable. The Central Executive Committee of the PNC is now expected to address the issues related to the Congress and elections. Well, more than 5 months after the acting Chief Justice found that attorney Tamika Clark's fundamental rights to personal liberty was breached by the Special Organized Crime Unit when she was arrested in October of last year while advising her client to remain silent, the Special Organized Crime Unit has apologized to the attorney. In the letter of apology, the head of the unit, Assistant Commissioner of Police Fazil Karimbash, and Superintendent Christian Dat Ramana said that pursuant to a directive contained in the order of the Chief Justice on behalf of the Special Organized Crime Unit, and personally, they would like to offer an unequivocal apology for the unfortunate incident which occurred at the SOCO headquarters on the 28th of October. The move to arrest Clark sparked widespread condemnation from the Bar Association as well as from regional and international organizations. Attorney General Anil Nandlal was also not in agreement with the arrest of the attorney. Clark had approached the High Court seeking several orders, including a declaration that her detention was unlawful. In the letter of apology, the two senior police officers said, after mature reflection and based on legal advice received, it was recognized that both the counsel's right to advise her client to remain silent and to engage with that client in private was violated by SOCO. They said the error in judgment is regrettable. The ruling by the Chief Justice and the apology by the Special Organized Crime Unit have brought the curtains down on the incident. Last year, as the matter gained momentum, the Director of Public Prosecutions recommended that no criminal charges be filed against the SOCO officers over their detention of Clark, and private criminal charges against them were also thrown out by the DPP.
As you know, we have been experiencing power outages, prolonged power outages that we are totally dissatisfied with.
Right now, we are producing about 10 megawatt below what the peak requirement necessitates.
The truth be told, the pace at which we are growing would require us to double our capacity as quickly as possible. That is why the gas to energy project and the hydroelectric project is so important for us.
Come on now, ping pong chairs, choo-choo's amazing, tastes so good. Feed your cravings, chocolate rich, you'll be craving more and more and more and more. Here comes the crave. Ping pong chairs and choo-choo's, feed your cravings, you know you want to.
Choo-choo heaven.
Guyana, get ready! It's the 61st National School Cycling, Swimming and Track and Field Championships from November 26th through December 1, 2023, hosted by the Mission and the Guyana Teachers Union. The moment you've been waiting on is here. Come see top student athletes and cheers from 15 sporting districts compete in intense rivalry. Come and enjoy cycling at National Park, Georgetown, swimming at the National Aquatic Center, Lilliandale, November 27. And from November 28th to 1, you can witness the track and action at the National Track and Field Center, Lenora, West Coast, Demerara. The action starts in hours. The National Championships, where stars are born. Sponsored by Forest Water, Vitamin, Power Aid,
The Parliamentary Sectorial Committee on Natural Resources will be conducting a fact-finding mission to Chinese Landing to gain better insight into the age-old mining controversy that has been plaguing the village. Chinese Landing is an indigenous community located in Region 1. In 2017, the Caribbean Court of Justice ruled that the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission had no authority to issue a cease work order against miner Wayne Vera for his operations in the community. However, the Chinese Landing Village Council has been calling on the government to revoke the mining permits issued to the miner to operate on its land. Earlier this year, the council secured precautionary measures from the Inter-American Commission on Human Rights, resulting in the government dispatching a team to the area. The chairman of the Parliamentary Sectorial Committee on Natural Resources, opposition MP Dawn Hastings-Williams, said while the government would have conducted a visit to the village in response to the precautionary measures issued by the International Human Rights Authority, the Parliamentary Committee hopes to conduct an independent visit to engage residents on the challenges being faced by them.
The Chinese Landing is a complicated case because the matter was taken to CCJ, Caribbean Court of Justice, and a ruling was made. And since then, it's a complex issue. So we want to go there on the ground to see exactly. I know the government had sent in a team. I don't know what they call a fact-finding team or whatever it was, but they went in. But then you would have heard it too, Shaw, and some of the residents of the Chinese Landing weren't satisfied of the visit that was made. And so they continue to complain. Hence, as the Natural Resources Committee is accountable to the people, we want to go there.
Back in August, the government halted all mining activities in the village of Chinese Landing in a direct response to the measures issued by the IACHR. The Tushao for Chinese Landing Orin Finance said while the decision to halt mining activities on the blocks assigned to Vera was a step in the right direction, residents are looking forward to the complete removal of the outside miners from their titled lands. He said the presence of the miners poses a threat to the safety and well-being of villagers and also affects their socio-economic development. The Labor Department and the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission have joined the investigations into Saturday's deadly accident at the Aurora gold mines, which claimed the life of truck driver Joseph Licorice of Linden. News source understands that a labor officer was dispatched to the interior mining location of the Aurora company over the weekend and is to be joined by other investigators from the Labor Ministry and the Guyana Geology and Mines Commission. The accident occurred at a mine site on Saturday morning when two large mining trucks slammed into each other while moving around the mine site at a fast rate of speed. A police report of the incident stated that the driver of the other truck reported that he noticed the truck being driven by his workmate Joseph Licorice approaching his truck at a fast rate. He said he swerved in an attempt to avoid a head-on collision, but the two large trucks still collided, with the entire cabin of the truck that was driven by Licorice dislodging and pinning him inside. The man was eventually pulled from the wreckage and taken to the medical center in the area where he was pronounced dead. The other driver received multiple injuries and was hospitalized. The Aurora Gold Mining Company is assisting with the investigations. This evening, police investigators are on the hunt for 3 suspects who carried out a daring robbery at a Lucky Chinese supermarket in South Rheinveld last night. The bandits made their escape with an undisclosed sum of money after being involved in a shootout with a security guard who was on duty at the supermarket. According to reports, it was just after 7:30 last night that an armed bandit walked into the supermarket pointing his gun at the cashiers as customers ran to safety. A security guard who was on duty opened fire on the bandit, who returned fire, forcing the security guard to retreat to the back of the building. Once that guard retreated, the armed bandit forced the cashiers to hand over the contents of the 2 cash registers and eventually made his escape. News source understands that there were 2 other bandits standing on the outside of the supermarket keeping watch during the heist. The entire incident was captured on surveillance video recording. Commander of Police Division 4A Assistant Commissioner Simon McBean said the matter is being fully investigated. He said a customer was injured during the shootout and it is also suspected that one of the bandits was also injured. Meanwhile, the police have also found themselves probing another robbery at a supermarket last night. News source understands that the B&A supermarket at Go Slow, just off Mandela Avenue, was also attacked and robbed. The investigations into both incidents are ongoing tonight. The driver who sped through a traffic light and slammed into two police officers at a roadblock, killing one and critically injuring the other, was today charged with motor manslaughter and remanded to jail. The accused, Fitzroy Alder, was not required to enter a plea to the indictable charge. The prosecutor told the court that on the night of Thursday, the 16th of November, Alder drove his vehicle while being incapable of having proper control of it, resulting in the accident and causing the death of one police officer, Annette Abel. A senior female police officer was also injured and remains hospitalized. The two were among police ranks conducting roadblock duties outside the Bedford-Wacting police station when the incident occurred. The court was also told today that Alder, the accused, was charged previously over a similar incident. He was freed of that causing death charge, as the court found that in that case the pedestrian who died was at fault. In the recent incident, the police also reported that the accused was driving under the influence of alcohol. He will remain remanded until his next court appearance on the 15th of December.
Guyana's economy is rapidly transforming, and we're all part of it. Guyoil is at the forefront of this development by providing reliable and efficient energy and supporting community development from the very core. 100% of Guyoil's profit goes back to building schools, roads, and other important infrastructure that connects our cities and towns, providing fuel to domestic, marine, industrial, and aerial transportation. Guyoil has now repositioned itself as a market leader in the petroleum industry, building a better future for all of us.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? You know, I just pay my bills using MMG, you know?
Yes, Jack. And the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So I don't need to submit any form?
The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh no, man, you didn't know that? Yes, all self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor of the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, But we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. BBC in a report said at least 21 people have died in the Dominican Republic after heavy rain over the weekend, which displaced thousands of residents. An investigation has been launched after 9 people died when torrential rain caused a highway tunnel wall to collapse in the capital, Santo Domingo. More than 13,000 people were evacuated to secure areas after heavy downpours. The Emergency Operations Center said rain caused flooded homes, power cuts, and damaged bridges and roads. 3 children were among those killed. Dominican President Luis Abinader called it the largest rainfall event ever in the country's history, following torrential storms over the past 48 hours. The Caribbean nation has been battered by torrential rainfall, with footage in social media showing water flowing through streets and washing away vehicles. More than 2,500 people were rescued and more than 2,600 homes affected by the storm, the COE said. President Joe Biden has approved the U.S. Virgin Islands' request for a federal emergency to be declared on the territory as it responds to a water contamination crisis. Biden approved the U.S. VI's request on Sunday, 5 days after he received a letter from the U.S. VI Governor Albert Bryan asking for the declaration. According to the White House, Biden's declaration permits the Department of Homeland Security and Federal Emergency Management Agency, FEMA, to coordinate all disaster relief efforts, which have the purpose of alleviating the hardship and suffering caused by the emergency on the local population. And finally tonight, international news. The BBC is reporting that at least 37 people have died in a stampede during an army recruitment drive in a stadium in Congo, Brazzaville. Some people tried to force their way through a stadium's gates in the capital, Brazzaville, causing the stampede, residents have been quoted as saying. Last week, the army announced plans to recruit 1,500 people between the ages of 18 and 25. Many people were injured in the crush, a government statement said. It did not give a number, but said that a crisis unit has been set up, the AFP news agency reports. According to the Associated Press agency, as many as 700 people a day have been registering over the last week at recruitment centers. Youth unemployment is around 42% in Congo, Brazzaville, with many young people seeing the army one of the few places where they can secure a job. Details of what exactly transpired at the stadium are sketchy. Thousands of young people had reportedly gathered outside the stadium on Monday. Local sources have told the BBC the registration process was open on Tuesday morning. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Svetlana Marshall reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.